that should pick up a little bit better. Okay, hey, we're live. Oh my gosh, I'll tell you what, YouTube sometimes, God, you just don't make it easy. What's up to Bill, Guy, and Will? How are you guys doing? Sorry for running late. I'm going to turn on the music, and I pray to God it doesn't blow everyone's eardrums out. Let me turn my desktop audio way down. Hey, Alex, can you stop crying, cat? I petted you all morning. You're doing this because I'm live. I know that's why you're doing it. Hey, Akechi, what's up? Okay. Here we go. Tempting the music. Hannah, how you been? What you been up to? Okay, let me know if the music gets too loud. I tried audio checking a couple of these. Praying to God we don't have the same issues as we did last time. Oh my gosh, how are you guys doing? I'm hoping you're having a wonderful Sunday, and if not, I hope the stream cheers you up a little bit. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Melissa, aka Cocktails and Consoles. We're on Sundays. We are cooking and consoles. I love cooking, and I've been looking for more opportunities to do it within the channel. We did a separate cooking channel for a while, but the YouTube algorithm, so you can't even say the word, and yet it's like God above you. Unfortunately didn't make that the easiest thing to do, so I decided to fold the two channels together, so we are now Cocktails, Cooking, and Consoles. Still Cocktails and Consoles for short. Today we are continuing our dumpling tour of the world, whereas last week we did dim sum. Oh my God, those pot stickers are still so good. That's how I'm gonna have pot stickers from here on out. I'm never buying them again because wow, they're so much better when you make them at home. Yeah, music is still. I don't understand why the audio on. Maybe the audio is just bad on this laptop. Oh my gosh, please tell me that's not about to explode. Hold on, I'm gonna wait for the alert. What? Wow. I don't understand. I have the desktop audio cranked all the way down. Hey, Migs, hold on. I'm trying to fix something. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Let me know how that alert goes. And thank you so much, Bill. Oh my gosh. You know what? I guess I just have to kill the music. What is wrong with this thing? Hold on, let me try one more thing. Open sound settings. Is it something in that? Master volume looks fine. That looks fine. I don't understand. Is it still really loud? I don't get it. I'm gonna have to just turn off the music on the alerts. I don't understand what else I can do. I apologize, guys. I'm just going to kill the alert box audio. It's not too... You guys are killing me here. I can't hear this for myself. I need you to tell me. It was quiet, but then it got louder. I don't understand with this. All right, well, we're going to try rebooting a little bit. Okay, welcome all of you people to Cocktails and Consoles, where today we're doing cooking and consoles. We are making pierogies. I'm going to take this out of my ear now. Flippin' Zippo, what's up? Cat, what are you doing? Oh, she's chasing light across the floor. Okay. Music was good, but it was drowning you out. Okay. Oh, thank you. All right, I'm going to attempt this one more time at a one setting. Please let me know, because honestly, I cannot hear it, which drives me insane. So I'll crank the desktop audio down to 20. Hopefully that's better. Let me know, and I can totally work with this. Okay, let me go back to where I can actually see the chat. These ads are getting old. Okay, so if you've never made pierogies before, there's a whole bunch of ways to make them. Some of them require sour cream in the pasta, some don't. I tend to prefer the recipes that don't call for sour cream in the pasta itself because it tends to weaken the pasta significantly. speak up. Okay, I will try to be a little bit louder. Let me see if I can actually turn up the volume on my microphone. Or is this going to be... Oh, that's going to be capped. Okay. Yeah, the problem is my mic is way down here, so I have to move it like way... The song is louder than cut. Alright. No, you're not rude. I'm going to kill the music. This is the challenges that I've been dealing with because the mic, maybe if I can't move the mic there because it gets in the way of that. Okay, well, I'll just have to get closer to the mic. Apologies, guys. I will at least turn off the music so if you have to crank up the stream audio. Okay, so for pierogies. Party time over, go to bed. It's hard when your mic, isn't close to you. I'm thinking of getting a boom set up with a mic so that way it points like up here. It's going to be a little rough because for it to be completely out of the shot, it's got to be like way over there. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to have to do a boom mic for these streams. Which is what it is. Thankfully, with all your guys' donations, we can afford it, and thank you so much for that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get us started. But first, we're going to fix ourselves a drink, because messing with technology is just a sucky, sucky way to get started. Boom! By the way, we do have a new cocktail video coming for you guys on Wednesday. We are doing our Castlevania cocktail, whip included. My Polish self loves pierogies. Yes! Oh my god, I love them too. Is there a way to hang one from the ceiling? You know, possibly. It's, I just have to figure out how to do it with the wiring. That's the tricky part. So yeah, so we do have a new cocktail coming for you guys on Wednesday. We are actually going full-on historian on this. We did some research, by we I mean me, on what exactly people in Wallachia used to drink, which is now Romania. I don't know. It's Eastern Europe changed like daily, but we're going very, very classic on this one, so we are going to be doing a Manhattan for Alucard. So I'm very excited for that. Meanwhile, let's get a drink going. All right. So to kick us off, I think I'm just going to do my classic from Catherine, which is the Cosmopolitan. Like the Black Widow. I never made one of those. Grab some ice. And then I'm just going to free pour. A little bit of Smirnoff. Now, unfortunately, I am out of blood oranges, so I can't make them the same way that I made them in the video. Right back. So instead, we're going to do it just the classic way. Tip for the wise, avoid blood soup is exactly what it says. Ew! Oh god, no, I don't think I could. Oh, just on the name alone. We're going to add in some orange liqueur. Add in a good amount of lime juice. That sounds pretty choice. And then finally, the stuff I hate. Cranberry Cocktail. I swear to God, all this is really for is just to make it pink. It doesn't even taste like cranberries. Oh, sauerkraut is good. All right, we're gonna lit her up and shake. why this camera also likes to make me like super pink. Okay. Pop out the top. Lit her up. And pour. There we go. Yeah, Wallachia is what Romania used to be called. Exactly. And did you know they actually made moonshine from plums? Cheers. Oh, that's the good stuff. We're going to be going into all of that in Wednesday's video. So if you haven't already, if you'd like to get that in your sub playlist, you want to hit the subscribe button down below, that would be awesome. And thank you guys so much for the likes, especially with all the technical difficulties. All right, so to get us started, normally you would start with the pasta, but the pasta takes about an hour to chill. I did a batch in advance, just the pasta, not the pierogies. So that way I can show you guys how to make the pasta, and then we have some already made. So let me get my potatoes over here. Never thought that moonshine could be made from plums. So moonshine, and I have to be careful about this because there is a difference between vodka and moonshine, and I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. I think moonshine has less regulations on it. Vodka actually doesn't even really need to come from potatoes anymore. It's just any kind of tasteless, odorless, colorless spirit made from a source. So it can be grain, it can be potatoes. Moonshine, really, I think you can make from anything that ferments. The tricky thing about moonshine is that most of the times, if you're not buying it in the store, it is deregulated, meaning that you can't control what you're getting, and it's very dangerous to make, so don't make it on your own. Eric! Oh my God, how you been? I've missed you. What have you been up to? Lily, what's up? Oh my gosh, yay! We have people here. Okay, so to get us started on our potatoes. Now, normally for pierogies, most people like to use russet potatoes. I don't like using russet potatoes, and here's why. Russet potatoes are very mealy, they have a lot of water content, and they tend to make pierogies very watery. So what I love using are these gold potatoes. And the reason for that is it's a nice blend between a russet potato and a red potato, which is your waxy potato, meaning it's got a little bit of texture to it, but it's not going to fall apart. So your pierogies are going to be a little bit tougher, but they're not going to be watery, and they're not going to bust open, which is super important. Did I see Rob in here? Rob! What's up, dude? How are you doing? How was your trip? Getting used to a new job. It's kicking my you-know-what. Ooh, what you doing? The Earl, what's up? Oh my gosh. The OGs are in the house. Hello. Okay. So if you guys have never seen this before, I'm not sponsored. Although if you guys would like a link, I'm happy to put one on here. So OXO, I don't know if it's supposed to be OXO or OXO. I don't know. They have this wonderful little device which basically lets you use different kinds of boards to either do fine grading, coarse grading, julienne, or for what we're going to do, super thin cut, which is absolutely great when you're making things like potato chips, if you're doing a potato crust on fish, which sounds weird, it's actually really good. But I'm going to use this to cut our potatoes super thin. One, so they'll cook faster, and two, so that way we don't have to mash super hard to get everything combined, meaning that it's not going to get tough. I know, it reads like an emote, doesn't it? Ryan, what's up, dude? How are you doing? Okay, now I got to remember which direction this goes. I got one for my mom. She did not keep it. I don't know why, so I went out and got one for myself. I still have not gotten a garlic masher. I ran out today to go get a rolling pin, and guess what I forgot? The garlic masher. I can't be trusted on my own. It just doesn't work. Holy shit, you're the new professor of video game scoring at Berklee College of Music? Dude, cheers! That is awesome! That is so cool. I'm so happy for you. Okay, let me make sure this is actually showing up in frame. Yes, rolling pins are a must. I was going to use a bottle of wine because you can do that too. Problem is, my bottle of wine isn't finished yet, so. And I was not about to drink red wine at 9 o'clock in the morning to finish it off. Okay. One word of caution, if you do get one of these, anytime you use a slicer, get yourself a Kevlar glove because the handholds on these things are crap. Most people just throw them out. I throw them out. But if you don't have that, you need something to protect your hands. And they didn't have any at Target. So I am actually not going to super cut these all the way through. I'm only going to cut them about half the way through so I keep my fingers attached. You know what a rolling pin could substitute for a knife or a garlic masher? You know what? I mean, you're absolutely right. That is such a cool job. I am so excited for you. Okay, so I'm going to run these down. Being nice and careful of my hands. 3 more and then we'll stop. There we go. And then you're going to want to have next to you a pot of cold water so you can take your potato slices and put them in the cold water. Blood will spill in this kitchen. I'm not my sister, okay? She's the one who loses digits when she cooks. Sounds like music. Gotta love cooking ASMR. Oh, you're cooking dinner? What are you making? Oh, homemade burgers and fries. Dude, nice. Tell me how you make your fries. By the way, I've learned an air fryer actually does a pretty good job with fries. My sister has one. I don't have one, but she's made fries with them, and they're pretty darn good. Shots fired. The song of the potato. Yes. There we go. And a couple more. That is a cool beat. Also, are you a regular fries kind of person, or are you a sweet potato fries kind of person? You know, we've got a couple dark spots on these, so I'm going to remove those. Killian is laying on me listening to you. Hi, Killian! I'm just going to cut them up and cook them on the stove. I could use an air fryer, but might as well just make everything greasy. I know! Isn't that beat so cool? I love it. Hold on. Put it right next to the mic. By the way, if someone remixes this, please link it to me. Currently working in a nursery. I'm going to get my health and social care level 2 diploma. Congratulations, Megs. That's awesome. It takes a very giving spirit to work in the healthcare industry. It's not easy. All right, I'm going to do one more just because I'm living for this beat right now. Remix. There we go. Look at that. No blood. Suck it, ice. Okay, so we have our potatoes all nicely done, all beautifully thinly cut. I'm gonna rinse this off, because potato starch is like glue. It will stick around. Rinse off our blade. And then stick both of these someplace safe whilst we continue. I know, everyone's getting a new job. That's awesome. My only problem is they want me to do my level 3s where I'm now at, but it's like another 2 years. I mean, it's best to get it done now. You'll thank yourself for it later. One of the hardest things to do is to try to make yourself go back to school after you've already left school, because it's just so exhausting to think about. But trust me, at a certain point in your life, everyone hits that ceiling where you now need a bigger degree or more training or something like that to kind of progress, or at least to make more money. So it's a good thing to do. I love you, Cosmopolitan. Clean off this board, and then we'll go stick that on the stove. Now, thankfully, because these are so thin, they're going to cook super fast, which is nice. So we're going to add in some salt. And stick it on the stove. There we go. Alrighty. Now I think I'm gonna prep the rest of my items that I need. Hopefully the music won't be too bad once I get a mic that can actually pick me up. So we'll see how that goes. I'm working towards my business and admin level 2. That's awesome. Look at all you people. I'm so proud of you guys. There we go. All right. Da-da-da, what do we start with? Let's start with the green onions. Now, I'm sure you've heard my rant about green onions before, but if you haven't, this is my most favorite onion. Not only is it super easy to cut, but you also get chives with it too. So you get your onion and your herb. I haven't gotten a new job myself, but this week we took over managing a townhouse complex, and they're all in need of updates. Total facelift required. Ooh, interesting. So are you like coordinating the upgrades, or are you going to be the one getting all sweaty and getting it done? I'm still in school, so no job for me. You have a job. You have a very important job. It's called going to school and getting good grades. Okay. I'm one of them getting sweaty and paint covered. Nice. Okay, let me move this up a little bit. Switch over to my other cam so I can see what I'm doing here. There we go. Let's get that in frame, shall we? Hey, Alma, what's up? Stay in school. Now I'm not in and I bloody miss it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if I miss school personally, but at some point I'm going to have to go for my master's. I'm just going to suck because I hate writing papers so much. All right, we're going to cut these super, super thin. We're not going to leave them in raw because I don't like the idea of raw onion in a pierogi. So we are going to introduce this to the heat, but it's only going to be for like 30 seconds. Eric, how's the project going? Are you still working on that, or has that kind of been tabled a little bit while the new job is underway? God, that new job sounds so cool. By the way, we've had a whole bunch of new people getting introduced to Matter of Murder on Mondays, and they are loving it. I'm someone who can crank out a paper over the course of 3 days. Did it a lot in high school, come to think of it. You are so lucky. It takes me forever to write a paper. I don't know why. I can write fanfic at the drop of a hat, but writing a paper, I don't know why. We're still working on it. Awesome! Any teasers? I promise I'll play the tutorial this time. Nonfiction is easy for me even though I dislike it. It's my procrastination that makes me good at that. It takes me months to write my papers, right? It's, ugh. Like, once I start writing, well, I mean, that's always been the problem with me. It's that the reason why I don't get stuff done is because the thought of the energy involved, just thinking about it, drains me. Once I get into it, like, I'll get stuff done, but it's breaking that inertia that is just awful. So, like, I will sit here on Tuesday nights and procrastinate till, like, at 10 o'clock at night. Then I'll finally start editing the video for Wednesday. And I get it done in, like, 2 to 3 hours, depending on how heavy the editing is. But could I have gotten it done earlier? Yes. Did I waste more time thinking about it than actually doing it? Yes. Will I ever change my horrible ways? Probably not. Hey, Andrew, what's up? As soon as we get one whole episode playable, we'll be in touch next few months probably. Yay! Oh, I'm so excited. So for those of you guys who are new, if you've not met the wonderful Eric, he is actually a game developer. He has made a game that we play on Mondays, which is called Matter of Murder. Which, if you love Clue, you will love this game. It's super cheap. It's available on iPhone. I think it's like, what, $5 or something like that? Almost always on sale. I can't recommend it enough. One of the first few games I ever played when New Game Wednesday was a thing. And he was so kind to reach out and say hi. After he watched me just completely skip past the tutorial. Oh, you're sweet. All right. See how our potatoes are doing. They're doing good. And along with Eric comes the fabulous The Earl, who is a way better chef than I am. I miss his food posts on Twitter, Mr. Okay, I'm back. Have you been? I've been good. How have you been, Rob? By the way, you better send me a picture of those hamburgers and fries. Also, I want to know, like, what do you normally put on your hamburgers? Are you a ketchup guy? Are you a mustard guy? Please tell me you're not a mayonnaise guy. Over. There we go. Ah, no, it's itchy. Funny story, I played Matter of Murder on my phone this morning. Ha! Nice. Yeah, we were getting our ass handed to us last Monday. It was quite embarrassing. Get over. Mayo all the way. Ah! The Earl is a mayo fan. Mayo and ketchup. Okay. I can't stand mayo by itself, but when it's mixed with something like harissa, it's amazing. Candy Floss is still a crowd pleaser. Yeah! Yeah, he is. And Andrew has pretty much claimed the bunny character. Oh, garlic aioli is so good. Which I know I'm a hypocrite. I hate mayo. I love aioli. Guess what? Aioli is just flavored mayo. Speaking of mayonnaise, I recently started watching someone's Stardew Valley playthrough, and every morning they just drop every egg in a mayonnaise machine right in front of the chickens who laid them. That's hurtful. I like mayo on my burger and jalapenos. Cool. Well, we have a bunch of those for today. You ever make another game with the bunny, I'd be happy to voice him. Yep. And if you ever need a voice actor to do the Maya voice, let me know. I will do that one for free. Hell, I may even pay you to do it. I just love the voice. Today's dish? Yes, more spicy. Well, it's gotta be spicy because it's basically pasta and potatoes. Like, this dish is all about the starch. All right. Get rid of some of the stuff over here. Hi, baby. Meow. What? Don't yell at me. Ooh, hold on. Da-da-da-da-da. There you are. Okay. Oh, why is my nose all itchy? I love voice acting. It's so fun. Jalapeno, I say it differently. I know it's jalapeno. I just love calling it jalapenos. Yes, she is prowling around the area, trying to get me to notice her. Because spending a bunch of time with her this morning apparently wasn't enough. Alright. Bench scraper. Welcome to the party. I love me some carbs and starches. Oh yes. You are going to love this dish. I failed bench scraping. Hey, Zoe. What? Wait, is that Zoe or different Dark Moon Zoe? I think that's Zoe. How are you doing? There we go. All right. Green onions is taken care of. Let's drink and stir. Cocktail needs a stir. This camera setup is killer. Thank you. Cooking lunch. Ooh, what you making? I still want to add like more scene transitions and stuff like that, but I figured, you know, you got to start somewhere. No, it's itchy. Is it Ninja or whatever its name is, the black one? No, I don't know where she is. I think she's still back up at the top of the stairs. Okay. Now, normally when you cut up very, very hot peppers, which I know to most people, like, well, jalapenos aren't really that spicy. Some of them can be. You really, really should have gloves on. I don't have gloves, so don't touch your eyes. or anywhere else. So we're going to dice these super, super, super tiny. Ooh, ramen, yum. Rob leaves me when I come in. Wow. The house is stunning. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, let me check on the potatoes real fast because I'm hearing a lot of bubbling. That still has a ways to go. Okay. So, meet the jalapeno, what I like to call jalapenos. Now, if you've never ever dealt with peppers before, all the heat from the pepper comes from a little molecule called capsaicin. And where you tend to find that in peppers is in the white lining and in the seeds. So if you want to make a pepper less hot, take out the seeds, scrape off the white lining, which I'll show you what we mean in just a minute. So I'm going to cut the top off. And hopefully you can see and hear and see all that white and all the seeds. That's where the heat is. Unless you're into some masochism, but this isn't the time for that food fetish. Love it. Oh, it smells so good. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this sucker in half. Now hopefully you can see a little bit better on the inside. And what I found is the easiest way to deal with the seeds and all that, grab a spoon. So we're just going to take a spoon and scrape out that interior. So then we're going to get more of the fruit flavor from the jalapenos rather than the heat. There will still be some heat, trust me. This thing has a way of sticking around. But hopefully it'll be a little bit more pleasant. Yeah, no gloves. I also forgot to pick up gloves. So I'm going to do my best to not touch my eyes because I wear contact lenses. By the way, gin martini with jalapenos, really, really good. What if I just want lava in my house? Take off the green, put the seeds and whites in? You can. If you guys have ever heard of something called pepper spray, this is where it comes from. My understanding too is that if you cook the seeds down, the oil from them gets in the food and makes it super hot. That's very true. I think capsaicin, if it isn't an oil, it acts like an oil. Meaning that it's a sticky little molecule, which is why whenever you eat something hot, they recommend that you drink water, or not water, they recommend you don't drink water, they recommend you drink milk to try to kind of get between the oil and your capsaicin receptors in your tongue. Get out. Thank you. Trying so hard not to touch this, and yet I know. Which, by the way, no one ever warned me before I cut up a habanero, and my fingers burned all night. Hi, baby. What? I'm busy. And pepper spray. Delicious. Also, if you guys handle more than a couple jalapenos, wear gloves. I learned it the hard way. You can get capsaicin burns. It's very true. It is very true. And also, generally speaking, the smaller the pepper is, the hotter it is. I don't know why. It's a cruel trick, but that's why ghost peppers and habaneros really, really small. The oil is what makes the pepper spray too. Oh, that makes sense. So capsaicin is technically an oil. That's good to know. Well, for the purposes of self-defense, it's actually a good thing because oil will stick. Although knowing that now, I think I could probably come up with a way to get rid of capsaicin, like when you get it in your mouth. You probably need something with lecithin in it to act as to grab at the oil receptors. Okay, it's part of their breeding. The capsaicin amount is the same, but it's just made smaller to concentrate it. It also allows more energy devoted to making it hotter instead of making it bigger. Interesting. I did not know that. See, I learned stuff too. Twitch, what's up, dude? How are you? I am not eating a raw jalapeno. Are you insane? I mean, I know you're insane, but I didn't know you were mean. Okay. Guy did us smart. Love it. All right. Check on our potatoes. Well, they're getting close. Okay. So now I'm gonna take this. Oh, you know what? I should probably rinse off my knife. There's a lot of seeds. There we go. I'm gonna cut these super small. Actually, I'm gonna take off that bottom too, because that's just getting in the way. Finely dice these. There we go. Also hope everyone's having an awesome day. Killing it, Mel. Thank you, Rob. Rob, when are you streaming next, dude? That sounded weird. Let me try. Let me English again. When are you streaming next, dude? The comma was in the wrong spot when I said that. There we go. This is a lot of jalapeno. Oh, thank you, Alma. I wish you were here when they did food tech, right? I love food science. It's kind of sad. If I knew that I liked cooking, like before I went to college, I probably would have tried to become a chef. But I didn't find out till later. Honestly, someday I may be working on simulation models of biochemistry and the like. Ooh! I once had a dream of being a bioengineer or biotech, but even as a software dev, I can do that on the side. That is cool. Dude, you should do some videos on that. YouTube is perfect for that kind of content. As long as you're making lots of money for me to spend. It's okay being a kept man. Yeah, I mean, I'm serious. You should really do videos on that because, you know, without Mythbusters, we're missing our interesting content. That is interesting content. You go away. That's small-ish. They'll still shrink down a bit. That meatberry went viral. Imagine the virtual one. Meatberry? What's that? That sounds intriguing. my knife. Thank you. There we go. Grab some more. Oh man, these are pretty spicy. My nose can already kind of detect that these have got some power. Well, fine. Okay, Twitch, are you watching? Oh, they're really good. It's a good thing we de-seeded them because, youch. So yeah, so we're gonna cook these a little bit in some butter, kind of tone down that flavor a little bit. Something about watching while cooking is therapeutic. Oh, I'm so glad. That's why I'm hoping I can get this music situation figured out, because I'd love to have like some chill music while this is going on. Hold on, let me check the potatoes. Yep, those are done. I don't know why I say that like the guy in the South fixing a car. Yep, those are done. Good stuff. Desi, what's up, girl? How you doing? The meat fairy was attempting to grow artificial meat. It is technically normal meat cells taken from a living donor sample, I think a cow, but it was grown in a berry that had its cells ripped out. That is intriguing. Let's go get everything ready again for streaming, and then I'm thinking of doing Dragon Ball FighterZ for right now and go from there. My biggest problem was building a community. Dude, you let us know when. We will be there. Are you still on Twitch or are you back on YouTube? I'm going to start from scratch with a game I enjoy and just go from there. It's the best thing to do. Honestly, Twitch right now is really... I'm not like YouTube's any easier. Streaming in general is very, very difficult. Because the market's saturated. It's hard to, like... I don't want to say people don't know what they're looking for, but it's true. Like, most of the channels that I love watching, I have found by accident. And it's not the channel's fault, it's how was I to know that there would be a gaming version of Mythbusters? How do you even search for that? Twitch does a bad job of this, so does YouTube. Although YouTube is a little bit better at trying to figure out what things you might like. But then again, we as creators we do a bad job of trying to quantify what kind of content that we're making. So we all kind of miss each other in that triangle. Hey, Cody, what's up? Oh, my pleasure, Rob. I may not always actively talk in your chat, Rob. I'm almost there. Like, she is straight soldier. Actually, I think I might have a little bit more. This is good. Right, Meg? So yeah, you tend to find these channels by accident. I think I found you by accident, Mel. I found you thanks to Twitch. I thank him for introducing me to, like, most of the awesome people. Although I don't know how I found Twitch, so... If you're wondering, like, what are you talking about, the platform? No, Twitching Snake Gamers, he's in chat. He put together a really great series where he was just kind of, like, interviewing a bunch of different YouTubers. And it was so fun, because then I got to meet, God, so many people. Ryan, what were they when they were together? I forgot their channel name. You know, I met Catatonic, I met, God, so many people. I found Mel like a week after watching Danny. He rated her after a stream, and I was like, oh shit, she's pretty. Aww, thank you. And Gamer, hold up, I gotta watch, and I haven't stopped since. Just Respawn, thank you, Ryan, and thank you, Alma. I'm like, I made them a cocktail. I should fucking remember their name. And do I? No. God, the old days of YouTube. And by old, I mean like, what, 2016, 2017? Hasn't even been that old, and yet I get all old Steve Rogers. I remember back in my day when YouTube... Nah. I found you, Mel, by accident. The greatest accent to ever happen to me. Oh, President Nut. Thank you. We found each other thanks to YouTube, and Slam Tokyo Iced Teas with you all is worth it. Actually, Rob, if you've ever been curious, here's how I met you. I met you and Danny and Ken actually through the Game Grumps. So... it was back when they were playing Super Mario Maker, and they had that challenge of try to get through that water level. And Danny did it, and I didn't even know about Retro Millennia. Game Grumps retweeted his post, and I was watching, and I'm like, oh, this guy's really intelligent and really funny. And so I went, I found the channel, and started loving all the content. Especially, not Smash Bros. What were you guys playing? Ah, I'm talking! Fuck. What's the one where you... I sound like an old woman. Go on. Go, 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 go. Fuck. I can't even think of the game. But I saw that. I'm like, oh my god, these guys are so funny. And I think I started watching right before Ken came on. And that's how I met you guys. And then he played Resident Evil 4, and I fucking love that series, and I hate that he hit it, because I still love watching that series. I know, 2016, 2017, YouTube was the shit. Because I think that was before the very first Adpocalypse, and I don't remember what came first. If it was the Adpocalypse before the click to watch time change happened, or vice versa. Now, I fully believe that YouTube should never paid on clicks. They should have only ever paid on watch time. So I support that happening, but how they rolled that out and the fact that they gave no thought to the people who don't have long videos, that was bad. That was very bad. Those feel like old days for me, probably because my channel's been going on since like, wow, 2014, 2016. Shit, you were more OG than I am. Thanks, Game Grumps. I still remember Rob watching, it was like one of the first like 5 episodes of Resident Evil 4. I remember you saying, you're like, God, we're talking about cocktails and consoles a lot, huh? And I'm like, aw, during the time, I'm like, aw. 2016 also had the last good YouTube rewind. Oh, yeah. 2016 rewind was great. They did a great job on that. And they have been dedicating to sucking ever since. Just because I was more OG doesn't make my old videos any less cringy. Oh, everyone's first videos are straight cringe. I cannot watch my first, like, 50 videos. They're bad. They're horrible. I had no idea what I was doing. I've never messed with a camera before then. I had no idea what a microphone was. I barely edited. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Because you're awesome. You're awesome. I miss old school YouTube. It was so good. I mean, don't get me wrong. There have been some awesome creators who have really, like, stepped up the bar for, like, production value. Like, Binging with Babish. so good. How to drink, crazy good. Like, to the point, I almost feel like, why the hell am I making videos? Because they just do it way better. But it's nice that there's, you know, there's content for everyone. But one thing YouTube is seriously lacking in right now is that they're throwing a lot of money at streamers, and they're putting no emphasis on streaming on YouTube. Like, good luck trying to find people who are live right now. You can't. You have to be following the channel, which, by the way, can we please change the term subscribe to follow? Subscribe is a horrible connotation for older people. Which I'm sure I've done several rants on that. Alright, let me get I thought I had a bowl for this. I do have a bowl for this. Okay. Now we're going to take our jalapenos and move them over to the side. And I'm going to clean up a little bit. Oh, my eyes are already starting to burn. I take it as a challenge to try to do good myself. That way there's more than just those handful of good big channels. Right? It is nice because it does put a pressure on all of us to try to step up our production value. Although I don't know why, because people will still watch fucking Jake Paul, who does no editing whatsoever. Even PewDiePie. I love PewDiePie, but we gotta admit, his editing really hasn't changed. I hated Resident Evil, however, watching Mel and Matt play it and all the lore behind the game, I loves it now. Oh, yay! I'm so glad. I've been rewatching the Resident Evil 4. I think it was probably my most favorite series that I did with Matt. I mean, I loved LA Noire. You guys know I love that series. But the clips and stuff that we got out of 4 was pretty damn good. Yeah, Jake Paul's production is himself. I dislike it. That and the fact that, like, QVC spends less time selling than Jake Paul does in a video. And still, YouTube has not cracked down on him. It's like, hello, I thought this was what COPPA was supposed to be. Alright, let me clean this off a little bit. I think we're done with the knife now. And where's the board? And wash your hands when you've been cooking with jalapenos. There we go. Okay. All right, let's drain our potatoes. I don't know if the camera can pick this up, but you can see, like, our potatoes are already in super small pieces, so that's going to make this even easier for us. But we're going to need these to dry out a little bit. So once you're done giving these a good shake, we're going to put them back in our pan so they can kind of steam dry a little bit. I gotta go before my stream time later. Thanks so much for hanging out, Guy. Good luck with the stream tonight. There we go. Okay. And back in the pan. That does not look like a lot of potatoes. Alright, let me think of the next best thing to start with. The dough. No, not yet. Ugh. Actually, before this. Let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, that's nice and clean. Stay. Put you on top of there and you over there. Actually, let's clean this out and move it. Stay, calm down. Okay. Put you over there for now. Wash my hands one more time. Are you doing a series again? If so, what games do you have in mind? So the series has kind of changed. So in the old style, what we used to do is we'd do a cocktail and then we'd play the whole game. Unfortunately, Let's Plays have really bottomed out on YouTube. So that being said, we're still going to be playing games, but that's going to be our live stream content now. We are finishing Okami, and then I had something lined up for right after Okami, and I forget what it was. I'm going to have to ask my sister. She knows. So our Friday streams are going to be our series. We're unfortunately not going to be able to get a whole playthrough for every cocktail that we make. But I think people will like the cocktail videos more and the gaming as live stream rather than gaming as a Let's Play. But I could be wrong. I mean, let me know if you guys have a preference. Okay. So this guy did pretty well last time. Let's see if he continues to do well. So ready for the second Monday stream. Sorry, Miss Leslie. You never have to apologize for that. Please. All right, where am I going to put you for right now? I should probably plug you there, but I got to move something. Hold on. That's not going to reach. All right, we're going to have to unplug you for a second. There we go. Sorry, quick wiring. Okay. There we go. Plug you in. Perfect. All right, now we need to bump this little guy up. Okay. Hopefully this should work. It was my cheap excuse last time. There we go. Hey, not too bad. That's actually fairly decent. If I move it in. Yay! Framed! Perfect. Okay. Let me catch up quickly on chat. So, you were beyond sick? Oh, you poor thing. Oh. Something about that January, February time frame. It's like everybody gets monstrously sick then. As long as I see your beautiful face in the corner of my screen, live or let's play, either it's okay. Oh, thank you. No, Melissa, there's actually not going to be cheese, but there will be sour cream. The reason why I don't like putting cheese in my pierogies is that unless it's a super dry cheese like Parmesan, oil tends to come out and it wrecks the seal. So as much as I would love to put cheddar in this, I couldn't find a super dry cheddar. So, it is what it is, unfortunately. All right, let me grab butter. I think that will work better. I like it. The cocktail vids is the USB anyway. I can't wait. Yay! That was the other perk, is that I thought, since I'm not going to be spending time doing the Let's Play games or Let's Play videos, it would give me more time to hopefully get out a cocktail vid every week. All right. Put a little bit of... This is a butter oil mix, which I kind of like. So it's none of that hydrogenated fat crap. Okay. So we're going to turn this on. And I think that's about where I needed it to be. Asiago is good. It is pretty dry. You are 100% right on that. I'm going to let this melt a smidge. I'm going to drop the heat on this a little bit. It'll be good to see if this thing still performs as it did last time, because last time it didn't do too bad. Now I want mac and cheese. I know, right? Okay. So we're going to take our jalapenos, put it on in. So what this is going to do, this is called sweating. Now generally when you sweat ingredients, it's like when you go into a sauna. You want there to be steam, you want there to be warmth, you want it to loosen up, but you don't want it to burn you. And that's exactly what we don't want here. No burning. So we want no browning. However, I don't know the heat differential on this machine between sweating and sauteing, which is the actual browning. So we're going to have to dial it in a little bit. So what this is going to do is two things for us. One, it's going to soften up the jalapenos. So that way when you get a bite in your pierogi, you're not crunching right into, super hard jalapeno. The second thing it's going to do is going to help take out some of that heat. Not a lot, but it will cook out some. I don't seem to have that problem with my sharp cheddar. Perhaps you have one that doesn't have a lot of oil in it. We're going to add in some salt and pepper. And just let this cook. Oh, it smells so good. There's still some fire in this. I can smell that burn. Good Wisconsin sharp cheddar. Yeah, I haven't found a good source for that kind of cheese. It's one of the downsides of being in the desert. Usually Usually Whole Foods would have a decent cheese selection, but the one nearby is just not that great. Okay. So now we're going to add in our green onions. So we probably use a touch more of the butter. Good hunk of butter. There we go. Oh, thank you, Emmy. How are you doing? Guess I'm. Oh yeah, you're living in the cheese capital. You got it made, sister. Get aged cheddar cheese. It usually dries out more than normal. Okay, I will look for that next time. Maybe that's it. Like all the cheddars I've been getting are too young, so that oil just. Don't get me wrong, an oily cheddar is great on a hamburger, not so great in a dumpling. Alright. That's fairly good. "26 days to the wedding, yay! I'm so excited for you guys." Oh, the pictures of you two were so cute. Oh, jalapenos and green onions smell so... Shut up! Smells so good. I'm talking! Unless you want to come up here and entertain people, shut up! Okay. Had my food in the fridge replaced and I haven't had a bad headache since. That's great! Congratulations! Awesome, Des. How are the kids doing? I have no way to live stream it except with a phone. I'll settle for that. I'm fine with that. I want to see that wedding. Also, I owe you guys a wedding cocktail, so let me know your favorite flavors. Speaking of favorite flavors, hold on. That's the good stuff. Alright. Did a decent job. This thing's actually not bad. If it holds up next time, I will put the link in the description if you guys want to get it. I just want to make sure it's not crap before I recommend it to you. Alright. Now, the surface remains hot. How's the base? Base is nice and cool. We can move this safely. Ahem. Woo! Okay. Making my own chip dip and having it with Lay's Baked Original. You know, the Lay's Baked chips are actually pretty decent. I do like those. Okay. Now, will this kind of pick up? And again, this camera keeps making me look pink. Oh, good. That sealed up. Okay. So now, for our filling, I don't feel shameful eating them. It's all about moderation. Trust me, a lot of fat-free food is actually really terrible for you. Okay. So, to our potatoes, we're going to put in a few good whacks, the technical term, of sour cream. This is going to be our liquid. This is why I went with drier potatoes, because I wanted to add a liquid component, but I didn't want to make the interior soggy. Here we go. Stick you in there and put you over there for right now. Thank you. And let's mix her up. Yes, fat-free has a lot of sugar and a lot of salt. You're actually better getting something with some fat because then you need less sugar and less salt. See, I haven't even had to mash these yet, and they're already just nicely falling apart. I mean, we are still going to have to mash them a little bit, but pretty decent. Today is Operation Clean the House. Woo, brave. How's your sister doing? She's doing a lot better. Her hand, I think, will be good enough that this coming Friday, we will be able to finish Okami, which she has been so looking forward to. Okay, this is a little dry. Hold on. Or a little wet, actually. So this wasn't on the menu, but if you happen to put in too much sour cream, you can dry it out with a little bit of Parmesan. There we go. She hurt her hand. She tried to take her cat out for a walk in the backyard. The leash got caught around a chair. The cat freaked out, and when she tried to go untangle the cat from the chair, the cat didn't quite recognize her because it was panicking and bit her to the bone. So, not great for her. Okay. That's looking fairly good. Now, let's give it a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Yeah, to the bone. Thankfully, there's no nerve damage. It did get infected, but the infection is cleared up. So, she's okay now. It's just, poor Sister Cocktails. Here is her lot in life. She's gonna kill me if she watches this. When bad things happen to her, they tend to happen to her all at once in a clump. So, like, she has a lot of fortitude, but, you know, anyone's fortitude is going to be tested when you have 9 things go wrong at the same time. So, but she has said over and over she's so happy to get to stream with you guys. You guys absolutely make her day, and I love it. Okay, let me switch over, because the lights are starting to get really bright in my eyes. I can barely see chat. There we go. Yes, we did play Matter or Murder not too long ago. It's on the regular schedule now. People are loving it. Alright, now let's add in, is it super hot? It's warm. Our jalapenos. You know, let me clean this off first, and then we're gonna... What? Shish! You know I'm streaming, otherwise you'd have nothing to do with me. Don't think I don't know that. Yeah. I'm wise to your ways. Okay. So I think we're done with this. And the sour cream. we can put those away. The butter we're gonna need, but we have to wait till we actually make the pierogies, so. Why did I take that with me? That was dumb. These. Okay. Did someone say murder? Yeah, I gotta tell you, Eric, your game kicked my ass for a couple of rounds. I think what the challenge was is that when you play the game for a while, you start to think you have it figured out. So when the clues start going a certain way, you get it in your head like, oh, okay, then I know like what I need to be asking people for. And I think it threw me that as a red herring, and I wound up losing like 3 times. But that's good, because you don't want a game to be super easy. You don't want to, okay. I'm gonna brace this with my boobs, sorry. So professional. Oh, stop. Oh, fine, then you sit right there. All I wanted was to just move one thing to another pan, but no. Alright, thanks for playing. Okay. Remember when the murderer got away? It was me! Yep. Now, honestly, you could stop right here, and this would be an amazing mashed potatoes. But why stop here when you can roll them in pasta and fry them in butter and sage? All right. So now that we have this, I'm actually going to pop this in the fridge. So it's going to tighten it up a little bit and allow us to form our pierogies without getting too wet. I'm going to throw a lid on this, pop it in the fridge. Okay, now for the tough part. So I would take you through the steps of actually making this, but let me see if I back this out. Will it show up? Not too bad. There we go. Also, let me get rid of some of this. Basically, to make the pasta itself, you just take the 2.5 cups of flour, you mix in the egg, the salt, and the water until it starts to come together. Wrap it up, put it in the fridge for about an hour. What this allows to happen is that it allows the liquids to get evenly distributed within the flour. So it's basically hydrating the flour, which will make sure that you don't have pockets of dryness when you go to roll this out. Now I've got a lot of crap here. I need to move some of this stuff out. Actually, yeah, I think I can use these. Come here, you. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna lay down one of these to help lessen the mess, because we're about to get a little messy. Before I undo this, I'm going to give this a couple of good squeezes, basically just to help hydrate any dry pieces. That's feeling pretty good. Ooh, she's sticky. Okay. Then bench scraper. I'll leave it a little bit wet because that's going to help me do this. I'm going to cut this into pieces. There we go. Come on, you. Stick you on there. And you can move over here. So now we're going to roll this out in pieces. Let me wash my hands. All right. Now this dough seems a little wet for what we're about to do, so we're gonna have to dry it out. So in order to do that, we're gonna take some flour. Grab a spoon, shake some flour out on here. There we go. You can sit over there. Dump this out. Come on. Good boy. Then I'm just gonna coat it in a little bit of flour. There we go. Not too much. This is my favorite part about making pasta. It's getting your hands in it. Now, I like to do this until there's no amount of sticky coming back up. There we go. Do you see how this is starting to spring back a little? That means we've got gluten. And what is gluten? Gluten is the nice stringy protein molecules that happen when flour meets water, or when flour really meets any kind of liquid. Okay, that feels pretty good. Let's grab a rolling pin, grease her up. Yeah, we don't want to over smush because that's going to make this really tough. Okay. Right now it's pretty springy. So we just got to remind it who its owner is. Ooh. Easy, girl. There we go. Always keep a little bit of flour down at the base. Wow. She's being a pain today. Come on. There we go. Starting to let up. You can always help her out by stretching her a bit. Diving in some kinks, I see. Yeah, a little bit. It happens. This isn't the world's best rolling pin, that's for damn sure. Wow, she is being really finicky today. This is the tricky part about rolling out pasta, is that it's the most painful part. There we go. I'm just gonna let her hang herself. Okay. Now she's relaxing. See, just took a little bit. What would you do with the world's best rolling pin? I guess I'd have to actually become a serious baker if I was going to drop that kind of dough. Pun not intended. This is also the reason why actually having a pasta roller is a good thing to have. That's my next purchase after a garlic press. Okay, I don't want this to get too thin. So let's see how we're doing here. It's a little thick. Maybe a couple more passes. Hi, baby. Don't yell at me. What did I say? That's right. Okay, now she's getting thin. I have my grandmother's wooden rolling pin. Stop! All day with her. I like wooden pins. It's just, all mine just love to stick. Okay, that is fairly thin. So I also forgot to get circular cookie cutters. So we're gonna do these like we did our pierogies. Essentially, we're just gonna cut them into squares. Let me move this out of the way so you guys can see. Stop. Trim up the top. Trim up the bottom. Trim the sides. And this is why I love buying pre-made dumpling skins. You can use an upside down glass. This is true. All right, I'm gonna make these a little on the bigger side, so we're gonna cut them about here. Unfortunately, my glasses don't have the smoothest edges and they're fairly thick. So I'm gonna forego that this time. Easy there, girl. Okay, not bad. Oh, let's see, what's the best thing to do for these? Probably just go ahead and make them. Yeah, let's do that. I got so much flour on my hands. Pierogies. Asher, what's up? We are making pierogies. Yes, so what these are Polish dumplings. So basically think raviolis, but with mashed potatoes inside. So yes, they're not going to have the circular look that everyone comes to know and love, but they will be damn good. Stop. Okay. make them a little bit on the bigger side. Okay. How you doing, Asher? All right, we're gonna wet our fingers and edge this out. Oops, needs a bit more. Now they're actually drying up. And fold them over. Make sure you get all that filling covered. And press her down. Maybe you got a bit too much filling on this one. There we go. They're not going to be pretty, but they should be good. Go. That one's holding. Okay, so we want to make sure we don't have any air pockets in these guys. That's looking pretty good. If you were to mess with the recipe you're using, what would you change? I would probably reduce the amount of liquid that went into the dough. Normally, when you make pasta and you do, if it's a flour water mixture, that's generally useful for like an extruded pasta. So think your spaghettis, your fettuccines. Well, not fettuccine, because fettuccine you can still make out of egg noodle pasta. Spaghetti, any like shaped kind of pasta. That's usually semolina flour and water. All-purpose flour and eggs give you that nice yellow, the nice springy kind of pasta, which has an amazing mouthfeel, but holds together better, I think, than this kind of a setup. Okay, so I'm going to put these on a sheet and I'm going to freeze them for about 5 minutes before we introduce them to the water. This is also the reason why I didn't go with the recipe that asks you to put sour cream into the pasta mix, because it doesn't really allow for gluten to form, and this stuff just falls apart. It's so bad. I learn something new every day. Yay! Glad I could help. Hold on. Wow, my kitchen is a mess. Okay. Wow, these are going to need to freeze for a little bit. And they're not going to be the prettiest girls at the ball, but they'll still be good. Yeah, honestly, this dough recipe feels almost like pie dough. I'm not trusting it. Okay. God damn it. So while we're waiting for that to take effect, let me start cleaning this up a little bit, because wow! Ty, what's up? These are pierogies, yes, which is basically like a Polish dumpling. How you doing? I have made such a mess. I need to dash. So nice to hang out with you. Thank you for the stream. I'll be back soon. Thank you so much for hanging out, Eric. It's always a pleasure. I'm so happy you're doing well. So excited for your new job. That is so awesome. You know what just dawned on me? And you guys are going to have to tell me, because maybe this happens and I'm just not aware of it. Does Food Network even do live stream cooking? Like, it's a missed opportunity if they don't. Oh, don't worry, Megs. We've got a whole Brinner stream coming up soon. No, only channels. Food Network, what's up? I mean, can you imagine? It doesn't even have to be like their big performing chefs. But even just to have like any chef who's willing to cook in real time and talk to people. Can you imagine? Like that would be, I think people would love that more than watching the videos. I don't know, what do you guys think? You should be on it. I mean, I wasn't saying that specifically for like, yeah, they should do it, and I should be on there. But, I mean, I would love to be. But again, it'd have to be one of those late night kind of things. Because I use the word fuck a lot. Especially when cooking. You should hire you. Aww! What time do you tend to start cooking? Good question. It really depends on what I'm making for the night. Something like pierogies, honestly, I probably would have started them yesterday and let them freeze. So that way they don't... I'm already expecting these to fall apart because everything is so fresh that it hasn't really had time to kind of settle in. These are likely going to fall apart. So these I would have made yesterday. But then that would be no fun, because then you guys wouldn't get to see the whole process. So you swear like a sailor. That's what I'm saying. I mean, this could still be good for the Food Network, but they just have to get the right sponsors. And this is the problem that YouTube has had for the longest time. There are sponsors who are totally fine with sponsoring some, I won't say, it's not raunchy content. Let's say it's non-Disney friendly content. We'll call it that. Not exactly Deadpool level, like the step before Deadpool level. Budweiser would sponsor this. But they don't court those relationships, and I don't know why. Yes, traditional cable is totally dying out. People love live streams because it's people that they can relate to, and we actually talk with viewers. They don't. This is what people want. Even if they just want to hang out and not say anything, like Twitch. And this was the biggest problem I had with Twitch. And I knew it going in, but YouTube had pissed me off to the point that there was nothing else I could do. People on Twitch don't like to talk. You could go into, as long as it's not a booby streamer, you could go into a stream with 1,000 people watching and maybe only 20 people are talking in chat. People just like to have it on in the background. It's kind of funny because you normally associate this behavior with like older people who they have the TV on just to make it sound like there's somebody in the house. Younger people like to have streams on because then it sounds like, it's that friend that you could talk to, but you don't have to, but they are there. Twitch's community don't like to chat, which makes it really hard as a streamer when you're like, I want to interact with chat, otherwise this game is just really boring on my own. And everyone's like, yep, cool, unless you're a booby streamer, and then it's, show me your tits. But honestly, that's the way that Twitch is going, sadly. Has gone. Rapid firing its way there. Hey, guy, we're not actually done yet. We are letting the pierogies freeze for a little bit so they don't fall apart in the water. I lurk in big streams a bit. I love chatting. Yeah, and it's, there's something for everyone. And I think that's the best thing about it. I have said, stay rolling pin. I have said for the longest time that streaming is the next iteration of television. It's that interactivity. Even if people say that they don't want it, like what was that show on, what was it? Netflix, I think, Black Mirror Bandersnatch, where you got to choose what ending you wanted. And honestly, when I saw that, I'm like, cool, someone gets it. This is the next television. It's choose your own adventure. A lot of people said they didn't like it because they didn't want to have to make choices. But there are people out there who like to make choices. I think the problem was Bandersnatch asked you to make way too many choices. Like, pick which cereal you want. I just want to enjoy the show. Like, I want to feel like I can control the events, but I don't care which cereal he eats. Who gives a shit? Yes, you want to interact. I'm drawing to this. Really? Oh my god, I want to see your drawings. Swearing personalities. Yeah, right? I mean, you want to make cooking fun. Fuck it. Like, no one lives in this great big cottage house where all they have to do in the day is to make Scottish pie. That shit ain't real. We work 10-hour days, and then we have to come home and get dinner on the table. Like, make a cooking show where you have to make a dinner in 10 minutes, go! That's entertaining, and it's realistic. And I think people would enjoy it, but Food Network has not changed their format. It's really sad. By the way, okay, can I just talk about, like, gorgeous man handed me a diamond ring, or this. This honestly gets me hotter. If you can find it, plastic wrap with this little slidey thing that cuts it. Oh my god. That's what's missing in life. No rants. Yay! Mixer is basically falling apart since there's a skeleton crew running it. Really? That's sad, because they paid so much fucking money to get Ninja, and his content is boring as shit. It's so boring. Ice, this rant has gone everywhere. That's why I missed 30-minute meals from Rachel Ray, but they turned her into a TV show woman. Ugh, that's true. They did, didn't they? I mean, I'm not a Rachel Ray fan, but I love the 30-minute meals because it's realistic. It's you're solving a problem. You're answering a need. I have to make dinner. I only have this amount of time. Boom, make the show. But now she's hosting some daytime talk show TV. No, Like, Cutthroat Kitchen is a great one. Because why? There's stakes involved, and not S-T-E-A-K, S-T-A-K-E-S. You know, like, oh my god, what can they do with these 5 ingredients? And hey, we've all been there. When we have to make dinner, we're like, well, I've got shrimp, cottage cheese, Parmesan, melon, and asparagus. Make dinner, go! That's why I think that show does well. Yeah, no one has 4 hours to cook. Like, I mean, let's be honest. I've been live streaming now for 2 hours. The only reason why I can do this is because I do this on Sundays. I can't do this during the week. Although, if you guys are up for it, I would love to do some challenge cooking streams. Like, here are 5 ingredients, make dinner out of it. Or you have to make something in 15 minutes, go. I am so happy to do those. So happy to do those. But I need you guys to give me the ideas, because I cannot come up with this shit. I can come up, okay, so, have you ever heard the story, what are muses most known for? I think it's Greek mythology. The concept of a muse. Their goal in this realm is basically to give people ideas. I can give people tons of ideas. I look at their content and I'm like, this would be so on brand for you. This would be a great thing that you could do to build interaction. Can I do it for myself? Cannot. No ideas. Absolutely none. So I need you guys' help. So if you guys happen to have any suggestions for those kind of challenge streams, let me know in Discord. Will probably be the best place. And hopefully the link is below if I remember to clean that up. I can send some recipes I'd love to make. Yeah, I would love to hear them. Talk equals best content. Just talk. No subject, just talk about boring. Really? Is that why just chatting is so popular? Or is it because of those people doing the ASMR? You can imagine me stroking off a broom. No one imagines this is the worst fucking content. Twitch is going downhill. Anyways. Where was I? When stipulation for everyone have at least one use for every ingredient. That would be helpful. I would love that. Yeah, I mean, it can't be entirely random. Or, oh, you know what we can do? Get a better bra, for one. You know what we can do? Have people suggest ingredients, and we put it on the wheel of buddies, and we spin it. And whatever comes up, 5 ingredients, I've got to make something out of it. Stroking off a broom. That shit happens. I kid you not. Like, oh my god, if you ever watch Just Chatting late at night, it makes Chatterbait look like extravagant porn. It's so bad. It's so bad. I've jumped around Twitch. I may have seen the broom video. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's do that for next time. Well, okay, I'll ask you guys this. Do you want to do the 5 ingredient challenge for the next stream, or do you want to do a Brinner stream? Would you know, if you have no idea what Brinner is, it's basically breakfast for dinner. I had splinters in my thighs. Oh my god, you poor thing. I just have an antenna connected to my TV for news and weather. I barely watch network television. I have a TV. All I watch on it is Amazon and Netflix. That's it. I don't have cable. I haven't had cable since 2016, I want to say. Should check out Barry Lewis. He has a 3 ingredient recipe playlist. That's awesome. Okay, so Guy says Brinner challenge. Any other votes? I should really clean. Holy hell, my kitchen is a disaster. But, no, because that's cold, damn it. I was going to say, let me check out the filling on this stuff, but I realized, it's been cooling, so no. Desi says 5 ingredient meal. I want to make pasties. Do they call them pasties or pasties? Because what I know of pasties are not exactly food friendly. Are they called pasties or pasties? Because British food is awesome. Meg says 5 ingredients. Okay. I'm kind of excited for this. And yeah, if you guys have any other suggestions like that, please let me know in Discord. I always check the comments on all the videos. But I know for live streams, it's kind of hard to keep it recorded. So if you guys have access to Discord, please put that in the cooking vid suggestions. Pasties. Okay, good. Brinner as in the breakfast? Yes. Alright, what else can I kind of clean in the interim? Oh, we do need to clean that. because I gotta fry these suckers. If you like crazy content, cooking, and cats, please drop a like and hit that sub button. Thank you so much. And thank you guys so much for all the likes and the subs. You guys are so awesome. You know what? I gotta give it to this pan. It's actually been holding up. This is the one with the link down below. I think you're doing a bad job. Alright. Thank you. And where's my other... Oh, shit. Alright, we're gonna have to boil them in another pan. Ooh, pigs in a blanket. Yum. I'm British. I can tell you loads of British stuff. Tell me. Okay. It's always been a dream of mine. If the channel ever picks up enough that I could afford to do this full time, that I've always wanted to do like an Epicurean tour of the world. So go to places like Italy, Britain, Spain, Egypt, and just like taste the foods that they're known for, and to also do some meet and greets with you guys. One of these days, if Binging with Babish can afford to do the tours, I can hopefully one day. We shall see. I do Brenner a lot. I love Brenner. A bowl of cereal never tastes better than it does at 1 o'clock in the morning. With or without a little shot of Bailey's in it. But hey, if you're not working the next day... What? Why are you yelling at me? Personally, don't go to London, go to some random Stop. Yeah, I want to do like the little away places. The small towns. Like, I want to go to Italy and beg some old Italian grandmothers to teach me how to make pasta for real. Can I please talk? Oh, she's walked off. Thank you for that, cat. Oh my god, a food tour of Europe series would be great. Although I will need a boyfriend who can be the videographer, because you guys watch my home tour. I'm not good with a camera trying to follow myself around. Where would you like some British recipes? I think there's a place in Discord for recipes. There should be. Put them there. I'd love to try them. Some Polish recipes. Yes. What do people in Poland eat for breakfast? I've always wondered. Okay. So I think... Hold on. Let me go test them. I gotta make sure they're super cold. Maybe 2 more minutes. I'll ask my coworker tomorrow. She's from Poland. Awesome! And while we're doing that, I can actually fill up my dishwasher. Because I have made a mess. This is always the downside to making any kind of pasta is, like, kiss your kitchen goodbye. It will be so messy. Alright, let's get rid of some more stuff. I usually eat White Castle at 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm so bummed. I don't think I've ever actually been to a White Castle. I don't even think there's one near me. Oh, cinnamon rolls. Yes. Oh my god. I love cinnamon rolls. They're a bitch to make, but they're so good. Alright. I'm gonna need you. That's for damn sure. You can go in here. You can go down here. Come here. Of all the appliances I got with my new house, the one that has not disappointed me so far has been the dishwasher. Well, if you make pasties, don't worry about making a circle or getting a cutter, use a plate. Okay, that's good to know. put in Bill's bench scraper. Thank you again, Bill. I love this thing. Okay. My cheap little colander. Hey, whatever works in a pinch, right? Nope. No! Damn it. Okay, you won't fit. We'll put you in here. There we go. I'm gonna go lie down. Take care, Tez. Give the kids love from me. There's a White Castle in Vegas? Dude, I need to get my ass back to Vegas. I haven't been to Vegas in 3 years, I want to say. Usually, for my old jobs, I would always go out to Vegas because that's where their sales conventions would be. I'm not a salesperson, I'm a sales ops person. So while the salespeople are living up the high life, I'm stuck in a cheap little convention room, basically figuring out what their sales targets are going to be. However, I have not been in that capacity since 2016, 2017, so I haven't had a chance to go to Vegas on someone else's dime in a while. I do miss it. Ah, stop it. Roast dinner inside a giant Yorkshire pudding. Oh, I love Yorkshire puddings. I made them for the first time ever, like a couple of months ago, and goddamn, they're so good. Oh, Yorkshire puddings are the best. But I will tell you this, it's very hard to get your hands on an actual Yorkshire pudding pan, which sucks because they never come out right. By the way, never, ever, 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 ever put a knife in your dishwasher. I just got suggested a thing about Journey to the Center of the Earth, and at the top of the description is a thing about rock opera. So wait, were they thinking Journey as in like Steve Perry Journey? Because I mean, that's awesome, but there are other journeys. You put a recipe in Discord. Thank you. Toad in the Hole. Yes. Wait, I thought Toad in the Hole was kind of like Pigs in a Blanket. Or wait, shit. Is Toad in the Hole when you wrap figs in bacon? Or is that Devil on Horseback? See, I don't know. You guys have the most interesting names for things. And I can't keep up. Okay. I used you once, but you should probably be cleaned. There we go. Okay. I think that's pretty much all of the dishes that I can do right now. We're waiting for those pierogies to firm up. No, the book, but as in a rock opera. Interesting. That sounds fascinating. Toad in the Hole is sausages baked in Yorkshire pudding batter. Okay, so it's kind of similar to Pigs in a Blanket. But we put it in pancake batter. Whereas for you guys, Yorkshire pudding is kind of like savory, a little bit fermented pancake batter, as best as I can understand. And please correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to offend anyone. Okay, so we are going to boil our pierogies just to make sure that that pasta actually cooks. Oh, bye, Lily. Thanks for hanging out. There we go. starts boiling, we're gonna put our pierogies in, which means I should probably get this going. Let's see if it can go 3 for 3. Oh my god, the number of cables around my kitchen right now, it's amazing. I haven't burnt this to the ground. Crescent rolls, yes. Yorkshire pudding is just cooked pancakes. Okay. But I thought, now correct me if I'm wrong, do you guys normally leave, like when you make the Yorkshire pudding batter, I've heard, and I don't know if this is traditional, that you leave it out for several hours before you actually make the Yorkshire puddings. Is that true? Putting lots of recipes in Discord. Awesome! I love recipes. And we will be making them on the channel once I can get like a good topic to kind of pull them together. How's this doing? It's doing okay. That's why I like Beyond Burgers, high in protein and iron. Oh, good, because we women, trust me, we don't get enough iron, and we really, really should. All right, come here, you. You can, but it's cheaper to buy them. Do you mean the Yorkshire puddings? Go on. Okay. So what I'm grabbing right now is some fresh sage. So we're gonna fry this up when we fry our pierogies. I'm not a vegetarian or vegan, just wanted to try it. Try what? Oh, Yorkshire puddings. Okay, so it is cheaper to buy them. Interesting. And I mean, I'm assuming that's probably definitely true for a lot of great cuisine, that it's, I mean, let's be honest. And this is one of the problems with cooking at home, is that, like, when it's just you, it's really expensive, and it sucks. Oh, the Beyond Meat burger. Just get yourself a portobello mushroom, salt the crap out of it, and fry that up. It's gonna be better. It absolutely will be better. Stop chasing my whip. What's wrong with you? Swear to God, of all the things I bought my cats, the whip that I got for the Castlevania video, that's what they love. Who knew? For a sausage casserole dish? That sounds good. That sounds really good. Okay, how's those slaughter doing? Still waiting. Oh, I love stuff. It took me a long time to like mushrooms. I hated them for the longest time. Mostly because, I hope my mother's not watching. My mother is an amazing baker. She's a horrible cook sometimes. And it's because her mother never taught her. Her mother was huge baking herself. Like, she never really cooked. So my mother would try things. She didn't have that information of salt your mushrooms to get the water out before you cook them, because otherwise your mushrooms are going to be watery. So I didn't like mushrooms for the longest time. She has gotten better though. She's gotten very adventurous now, and what's wrong with you, psycho? And she's trying out a whole bunch of recipes, and they're really good. It's soft and can be left for leftovers and microwave, and it's good when you're ill. Oh, okay. What are you doing, you nut job? Hi. What? Wanna come up? Nope. Okay, fine. See what I have to deal with all day long? That's true. Beef prices are high in a lot of places because it takes a lot of money to make steaks, unfortunately. But it's a great challenge to start to find really great recipes for chicken, for turkey. Like, you can get turkey pretty cheap because most people don't know what to do with turkey unless it's Thanksgiving. And turkey is wonderful. You know what? Shut up, I'm talking. Such a brat. One of these streams, I will do a turkey version of classic cuisine. And I'll show you guys just how versatile turkey really is. What? Come here. Come here. You're being a brat. And you know, I see that look. You know you're being a brat. That's true. If we could mass produce them, it would be cheaper. It would also be very damaging to the ozone. If it's true what they say, that the ozone is being depleted by cow farts, and I cannot make that up. But then again, in the world of the internet, you never know what's true anymore. Lamb is also really good. It's a little gamey, but it's good. Okay, so that's finally boiling-ish. So let's go pop in our pierogies. Okay, so we have here our giant pierogies. We're gonna go put these in the water. Hopefully. There we go. And let's keep them moving. Not too strenuously, because we don't want them bursting open, but we don't want them sticking to each other, so it's a very delicate dance. My brother doesn't like beef anymore for tacos because of the taste, so we use turkey, diced chicken, or sausage meat. Well, don't tell your brother, but sausage comes from either beef or pork. It is very small. I am working on rebuilding my kitchenware, so we're gonna keep our fingers crossed and hope. While that's going, let's get this going. So I'm gonna turn this on to about, I think 5's pretty good. Let's get in that butter. Turkey is good. Honestly, turkey is super cheap. It has low fat normally. It's great for you. Oof. Now you do either need some red meat or some iron supplements, because a lot of your iron comes from, well, stuff with red meat. So just a heads up, if you have eschewed the red meat way of life, you may want to get your iron count checked by a doctor just to make sure you are not anemic. Alright, let's put in a good couple whacks of butter here. Turkey prices do depend on where you live. That's also true. And then we're going to take some fresh sage, pop these in. Anytime I fry stuff in butter, I fry it in butter and sage. Even when I pan fry cinnamon rolls in the dew, I throw in some sage. Oh, that sound is lovely. Don't worry if this starts spitting at you. There is some water in herbs, so it will bite back at you a little. Oh my God, if you could smell this right now. Cinnamon sage rolls sounds interesting. I fry them in the butter with sage. I don't normally put them on top unless people are like really experimental, and then I will crumble them up and sprinkle just a hint on there, because you'd be amazed with that powdered sugar frosting. A little bit of sage is crazy good, like crazy good. One more, and then we're gonna let this go. Okay. Take a look at our pierogies. Not quite bubbling or rising yet, and that's generally when you can tell that they're ready to go. Easy now. See? Great. Good girls. I wasn't talking to you. Oh, it smells good. But it also smells like it's getting a little hot. Okay. Here in the UK, we don't have to pay a grand. Well, that's good. Alright, these are now floating, which means that they are good to go. Normally, you would put these into a colander to strain them, but these are fairly delicate, so I'm just going to lift them right in. There we go. Oh, it smells good. Yeah, the butter is evaporating a little bit. I'm going to add in some more wax of butter. Like a lot. Fry a little bit, and then let's hope they lift up into a fucking plate. Smells good. So this butter is actually a hybrid, one-in-one of regular grass-fed butter and olive oil, which I like that for frying because the olive oil protects the milk solids in the butter from basically turning to black. There we go. Use a whole stick of butter. Oh, that works. Okay, those feel like they're ready to lift in a couple of seconds. I'm gonna get a plate. Smelling good. Alright. Let's try turning over one of these and see how they're doing. Not bad. Pretty decent, honestly. Now these outliers are going to be a little bit more difficult because they're not exactly getting all of the heat from the center. And one of them's busted. It happens. I pulled them too fast from the freezer. But honestly, for a rush job, not bad. Okay, so maybe, oh god, which is one yet? I think we're doing the 5 ingredients one for our next stream. But after that, we'll do Brenner, and I'll show you guys my my cinnamon rolls with sage butter recipe. Yeah. Generally, they're not going to fall apart if you give them time to freeze, which is why making pierogies on the same day that you eat them, not really a good idea, but this is television, so. But that sage is coming through. That's how this one's doing. That's looking pretty good. We'll do one last fry on the side and pull these suckers out. This will also give room for these guys to flip over properly. Here's what I made earlier. I don't feel good doing that. Like, it honestly bugged me just doing the pasta in advance because, how can I put this? I want to keep this as authentic as possible. Let me rephrase that. I don't want to feel like I'm selling you guys a bad product, which doesn't mean like this pan. It basically means I don't want to give you guys a recipe that doesn't work. And I feel like if I do oh, and I made this. Oh, and by the way, here's some that I made earlier. How do you know that's the same recipe that I gave you guys? And I may be the only one who worries about this. I get it. But for those of you guys who put faith in me, I'm very, very respectful of that. Yeah, exactly. Like what Ryan says, I much prefer seeing everything cooked. And to some degree, pierogies are a tough thing to do in that venue. Alright, I think that's good. We're going to turn that off, and I'm going to transport these over to the stove so I can put them out. And so I can move that burner. Okay. Now let me make sure the bottom is not hot. No, it's not. So we're going to move you back over once again to a nice, safe location. Okay. We'll take you down to there. Or the fresh ice cream that's just colored instant mashed potatoes. That's how it is. Honestly, anytime you see mashed potatoes in an ad, it's ice cream. Okay, let me lift these up. Get up here, you bastard. Really? Oh, hold on. Just being a bitch. Oh, wow. actually looks pretty good. Hold on. Da-da-da. Pierogies. Alright, let me put the butter away because it's kind of warm in here now. And grab a fork. Okay. Which I can understand for a commercial, the heat of the lights would instantly melt the ice cream. That's why I like that I'm using LEDs, because before when I wasn't and I was using like regular lamps, I would sweat so much in front of the camera, it was insane. Alright, let's try this. I am wearing heels. Oh, hot. Woo! Hold on. I should have let that cool down. That is good. But it needs a second. No. They're not black. Actually, what you're seeing, this, wow, it's actually, all right, I'll lift up one of the other ones. What you're seeing that looks like black, that's actually fried sage. Now, the nice thing about sage is when you fry it in butter, it gets all crispy and falls apart. That's true, Guy, absolutely. And that's also why I like these, is that I can dial in the temperature. So you either you can stay away from that yellow light, which looks terrible on everyone, and get more into the blue light. I don't know why this camera keeps trying to make everything fucking pink. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this. I think what it is the sun is setting as I'm doing the stream. So I have to keep constantly white balancing. Come on. Stop it. So you see the temperature start to change? That's the damn camera. And it drives me nuts. There we go. Oh, are the heels black? No, they are super white. Well, they were when I bought them. They're not white anymore. All right. Let's try another bite that's not going to burn my mouth. That is crazy good. So the potatoes aren't watery, which is nice. I'm talking. The flavor of the sour cream still comes through. It's still a little watery. I should have let these firmed up a lot longer before I introduce them to the boiling water, but what are you gonna do when you're trying to live stream it? The butter and the sage adds a huge richness to it, and for the most part, the pasta didn't fall apart, so I'm overall not a bad recipe. I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10. Still really hot though. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here because I gotta clean all this up. And then pretty myself up a little bit because I'm going out to the bar tonight to hang out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. Remember, we'll be back tomorrow with our multiplayer Monday. So if you are having a rough Monday, be sure to check in tomorrow for the stream because I will be giving you guys tips and hints on how to make sure you never have a rough Monday ever again. So if you haven't already yet and you want to hit that subscribe button, that would be awesome. And if you enjoyed today's stream, want to give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I had such a blast making these with you live on camera. For as messy as it was, I had a blast. I hope you did too. And I will see you, awesome people, in our Monday stream. Bye, guys.